Royal Unibrew, a brewery, Danish brewery stock, and this is their website. They sell beers. We drink a lot of beer here in Denmark, and the company has recently went down because there are some new regulations possibly taking place here in Denmark, and that is why about like not being able to drink as high percentage alcohol when you're under the age of 18. So that is of course a bummer for the company, but that is now priced in. They went down like 10-15% after those news. Here you can see some metrics. They have a price of sales of 3.5. They have a dividend yield. They pay out a pretty big dividends. It's a little bit high. It's like over 50% of their cash flow that they spend on their dividends. So they're probably not going to be able to increase that dividends a lot here the coming years, because then their cash flow would have to increase more. But some good things here: return on invested capital 20%. That is very, very high. Return on equity 40%, also high. And also the return on assets is high. Their PE ratio is a little bit high, and we're going to see that. That is why maybe Unibrew isn't a buy right now, but I would put it on my watch list, and then when it goes down like 10% more or something, I'll look at that with the stock analyzer tool, then it's a buy. So you can see the profit margin of 15. It is a small cap stock again, because most Danish companies are. So let's go to the income statement here and see if they're growing their revenue. 1.3 billion from 900 million. Increasing their revenue, check. Are they buying back shares? Well, they got 52 million in 2017, and now they are buying back their shares, check mark there. Their balance sheet. Have they got too much debt? Well, their total long-term assets is 1 billion, and their total long-term liabilities is 400 million. Check mark there. And their cash flow, are they growing their cash flow? We want to see that. They are right now 216 million from 135 million. Check mark there. Actually from 115 million, because this is from 2020. All those check marks right there. Let's go to the 8 pillars and see. Yes, they got all of the check marks except the value ones, which has to do with the price to earnings ratio and the price to free cash flow ratio. So that is why I'm saying put it on your watch list, because it will probably come down to the level where you are going to be a happy buyer, which I'll show you in a minute. So they have the incredibly high return on invested capital. That should be greater than 9. That is 19. They have revenue growth. They have net income growth. They are buying back their shares, and they have cash flow growth. The only things that are missing are these 5-year PEs. So let's go to the stock analyzer tool and take a look at what we want to pay for Unibrew. So they have grown a bit more the past year, because the whole thing going on, and people have been getting back to drinking and stuff. So I want to put in my conservative assumptions here. I want to go 6, 7, and 8. So I think that is fair. We could maybe even go higher, but I'm not going to do that because it's a small cap stock. They have a lot of room to grow, and I'm also going to make the PE ratio high, a little bit higher, because it's a small cap stock. They have a lot of potential. The profit margin, let's just go 13, 14, and 15. And let's go the free cash flow margin. Let's do the same thing. 15. And here, so the company gets bigger, the PE has to be lower, but it's still small cap. So we could probably justify. And the reason for this is, again, we are looking at a small cap. If you look at the Everything Money guys, when they do this, they put a lot lower numbers in here. But that is because they're looking at Microsoft and Apple and Facebook and these huge companies. This is a tiny, tiny company that has a lot more room to grow. So hit the analyze button. Let's see, right now it's a little bit too overvalued. You can see they're all red basically right now. But what I want to do is I want to click here my add to watch list at this price. So when it goes below $75, I want to get an email notification. That is basically Unibrew for you guys right there. Let's see what the analysts are saying about this company. They're saying it's a buy and a strong buy, basically a pretty high rating here. They think it's a buy right now.